Welcome to Miss Taylor's Geometry Notes video. So today we're going to talk about some basic vocabulary and how we name things in geometry. So first, one big major concept that we talk about is our undefined terms. So undefined terms means we can describe them, we can talk about them, but we don't have a standard definition. We don't necessarily have a theorem or a postulate about it. We just kind of talk about them. So our undefined terms are points, lines, and planes. So with points, I'm going to, next to the name, I'm going to tell you how we name it. So it's just a real quick reminder. A point is any location in space. It has no size. It has no shape. And when we label things, we label points again with that capital letter. Or sometimes, but not often in writing, you'll see it referred to as point and then our capital letter. And so if we look at this one here, that's where we're getting our letter A from, because that one right there is point A. For lines, we're going to name a line by any 2 points on the line, or if we're given a lowercase script letter, we're going to use that one. So if we're looking at this line right here, we've got 2 points, X and Y, and then it's also named by this lowercase script letter. So we can name it as line XY, and to show that it's a line, we're going to put a line over top of it, or we can reverse it and go line YX. And then finally, we could name it line N with that lowercase script letter. And script is just a fancy way of saying cursive. So a line is made up of infinitely many points. Any 2 points form a line. A line has no thickness or width. So we have 2 more vocabulary words are our collinear points. So co means together or the same, and then linear means line. So we're talking about points that are on the same line or are together. And then we have non-collinear points, which means they are not on the same line, they are not together. And anytime we talk about non-collinear points, we got to have at least 3 points. So another type of line or part of a line is a ray. And with a ray, we always name it with our end point first. So if we're looking at this ray right here, our end point is going to be A. It's going to be the point on the line where the ray ends. So the endpoint has to be written first, and then we write any other point on the line. When we draw our ray symbol, because our A is the endpoint, the A has to go first, and the arrow has to go to the B because the B is not our endpoint. So a ray is a part of a line that extends infinitely in one direction. We name a ray again by its endpoint and any other point on the line. And again, we have to put the endpoint first when we name a ray. So we also have line segments, and line segments, we have to name it by its endpoints. So where it starts and where it ends is how we're going to name a line segment. So we can name it AB. And because it's a line segment, we're not going to have any arrows at all, or we can name it by BA. And a line segment is a part of a line between 2 points that are on the line. All right, planes. So planes are probably the most confusing thing that we do, but they are they're one of those key things that we need to understand. So a plane we name with 3 non-collinear points or an uppercase script letter. So again, script's just cursive. P is not a point. It is the name of the plane. So we can either name it, and I'm going to use the plane symbol in our notes. We can name it plane KJL. We can do them in any order. And as long as all 3 points are not on the same line, we're in great shape. Or we can call it plane P because of our uppercase script letter. Sorry guys, that's a really bad cursive uppercase P. So a plane is a flat surface. So when we talk about planes, think of a cube. The top of the cube would be one plane, the bottom of the cube would be another, and then the sides would also be their own cubes. Our planes also extend infinitely in all directions, so they go forever in every single direction. Any three non-collinear points make up a plane, and then just like with our collinear points, our coplanar points are points that are on the same plane. And then non-coplanar points would be points not on the same plane. So one last little piece of information is two lines are going to intersect at a point. Two planes are going to intersect at a line, like this example here to the right. And then finally, a line and a plane intersect at a point. So let's look at this figure here, and I want you to go ahead and go through it and answer it to the best of your knowledge, and then I want you to check the completed notes to make sure that you did it correctly.